Like, you're a grown-ass man. You are a grown-ass man. I'm so sorry. Bitch, I don't care. Marry whoever. Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Just Shauna here to talk about House of the Dragon, episode 5. I don't have my computer, but I have my little notebook here where I took some notes. At least, did I? Oh, I think I did. Here they are. I'm still really upset that we're halfway through the season already. Like, it's going by way too fast. I am unamused. But yeah, here's some of my notes. I'm not, for anyone who hasn't seen my little review videos, I'm not talking about like every single little thing or anything like that. Just some bullet points I jotted down. One thing I liked and found interesting, I guess, when Viserys and his crew, go to Driftmark there at the beginning, just the dichotomy between Viserys, the one who was chosen by the Great Council to rule, and at this point in his life being of ill health. He's not doing hot. He's hacking up his lungs. He's sick. He's got all these infections. He's not the picture of health. Compared to when they land at Driftmark and they go into the throne room or whatever, the Great Hall. And then Princess Rhaenys comes waltzing in, clearly just having gone like dragon riding. I'm pretty sure the like gloves she was wearing and whatnot were dragon riding attire versus horseback riding. Could have been horses though, but either way, she just comes on in all jauntily, a little bit like, but like in an athletic, I just did, athletic activity kind of way. Not I'm winded from like walking up a couple of steps after riding a boat for a while kind of way like Viserys was doing. And, she was the one that was passed over in favor of him. And not that their health necessarily means they would be a good or bad ruler. And like Viserys is like a good guy, but the whole thing is he's like a weak king. And here he is being literally physically weak as well, compared to Rhaenys. And I just found that very interesting. And dragon riding too. Like Viserys rode Balerion once and didn't really like it. And then Balerion died and he never tried to get a different dragon. He was not about the dragon riding. So just as far as Targaryens go, he is very much seen as the weak option. Sir Harwin. Sir Harwin Strong. We have seen him a couple of times before, and he is the oldest son, I believe, he's one of the sons, but I'm pretty sure he's the oldest one, of Lionel Strong, the new Hand of the King, the only one with any goddamn sense on the small council, or in all of King's Landing, probably. But yeah, we saw Harwin in that episode, what was it, episode 2, right? I'm getting my episodes mixed up, but I'm pretty sure it was episode 3. At any rate, the great hunt for Aegon's second birthday, and they go on this hunt, and then when Rhaenyra, stabs the boar a bunch of times, and comes walking back into camp all bloody, and there was people, like, gawking at her, we saw Harwin Strong there being like, oh, dang, like, just gaping open-mouthed, smiling, watching her. We saw him then. And then when she was out and about with Daemon in Flea Bottom and going to the brothels and whatnot, she ran into him there as well. And yeah, he was like, oh, carry on, like, princess, whatever. So we've seen him a couple of times, and then we saw him in this episode, and he spoke a bit more, and then we saw him just fucking beating ass and taking names to get to Rhaenyra during the fight at the wedding or the reception. And without spoiling anything for anyone who hasn't read the book and just wants to go in blind, I'll just say you will see more of him. We will be seeing more of Harwin Strong, and I'm very, very curious how much, because I still don't know, they're doing time jumps, but kind of intermittently. So I'm wondering how much we will see him because of time jumps. Like if this is going to continue with pretty extreme time jumps, or if after this next one, we're going to be more like in the timeline of events, actually, without a bunch of jumps. That's what I would assume is going to happen, that once we jump to them being like the adult actors playing like Rhaenyra and Allison, that we won't have as many like huge time jumps, but I don't know, because the Dance of the Dragons time period does go on for a while. All right, so Sir Criston Cole, this dumb fucking bitch. I already was just kind of like whatever about him, probably because of having read the book coloring some of my opinions, but I will say, I have said that like I went into this thinking I was gonna straight up hate Allison, but they changed some things and added, I guess, a little bit to her story, and they made her and Rhaenyra best friends, so we got to see that, and I don't know, just from the book and all the speculation of everybody and everything, she just came across very, very negative. And I mean, I think as it continues on, I will feel some more of that. But this whole first bit, I've been like, I kind of sympathize with this girl. Even now, I'm like, I kind of feel bad for her. She's so... I'll get into that. But yeah, with Sir Criston Cole, I was just like, yeah, he's like an attractive guy. Everybody's like fawning over him, right? And like, he's an attractive guy, I suppose, and he's been, like, cool to Rhaenyra and everything. But, yeah, I'm just, like, in the one where he sleeps with her, I'm just like, bro, your dedication to, like, he's so, like, oh my god, the Kingsguard, having this white cloak is the highest honor that anyone in my family, like, I was a nobody, and blah, 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 blah. I would just think that someone like that, who is also, like, I think, at his core, like, a moral, he has good morals, right? He thinks about morality, at least. Just, like, why would you do that, you dumb ass? I get that, I mean, it's what did Aemon say in Game of Thrones? Love is the death of duty. Lust, I suppose, can also be the death of duty. I was like, man, seriously? Like, it was that easy for her? She just had to steal your hat and play keep away for a few minutes? Your helmet, sorry, it wasn't a hat, but... And then he, like, does it, and then he's just, like, overwrought with guilt. And I'm just like, yeah, the amount of guilt you have, you shouldn't have done the thing. Like, you didn't think, he's a dumb fuck. He's a dumbass. And as soon as Allison started skirting around the issue with him to try to, like, be subtle and get her information, the whole scene, I was like, this dumb fuck, he's gonna fucking tell her. He doesn't understand. Oh my fucking god. He's gonna tell her. And then, yeah, sure enough, his dumbass did. I can't with this stupid ass fucking man. And then being like, run away with me. You think she's gonna run away with you, bro? Like, huh? She's the heir to the fucking throne. Yeah, she's had fun with you and you guys get along, but like, I don't think she has shown you anything that should make you think that she would even consider running away with you, Like, yeah, she likes you, she's into you, but what the hell made you think she was, like, that passionately in love with you? I mean, I don't think he even really did. He just was, like, desperate for some way to fix the stupid fucking thing he did. It's like, you're a grown-ass man. You are a grown-ass man. I'm so sorry. You should have thought about that. And they've also changed some of, like, how, what was his name? Lawnmouth? Joffrey, Laenor's paramour, that fucking was mutilated to death by Criston Cole. They changed that slightly, where the way it happened in the book was, or the way it was recorded as having happened in the book, was that the whole, like, tournament had gone on, and it was, like, toward the end of the tournament, they fought, and it didn't even, I don't even think it said, like, why they fought necessarily. Again, this is, like, historical accounts of, like, ooh, this is all that we know. But they did fight, and he injured him, and he actually died 6 days later. So he didn't die right then and there. So they've clarified that, thereby also clarified kind of why Criston Cole and Rhaenyra end up not being pals when they start off being very close. But then there were, like, disputed accounts, some people saying that she came on to him and he rejected her, so she was pissed and was like, fuck you. And then saying the opposite, that he came on to her and was like, run away with me, and that she rejected him and then he was pissed. But either way, he ends up definitely not being on her side. I thought that was very interesting. But also just, he's such a fucking infant man. Like, what the dude was saying, like, yeah, he was kind of running his mouth and, like, he shouldn't have been, he doesn't know this guy, just walking up to him and being like, so you're banging the future queen, huh? Right? All right, let's keep a secret. You don't know him. You don't know how he's going to react. You don't know his headspace. Like, you should probably get to know someone a little bit before you go having that kind of a conversation with them, you know. So it wasn't exactly the smartest thing for that guy to do either. His name is Joffrey, so, you know. But, yeah, Kristen just overreacting, obviously, like, to the extreme. Just like, bro, your fucking ego is just so small and tiny, and your pride is, like, overlarge. Like, get a grip. Oh, my God. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to compare these shows all the time. Game of Thrones, the original series with this. But I mean, it's in the same fucking world. And I just could not help but be reminded and think of when Dany was going off to Westeros and was telling Dario, I gotta leave you behind because I can't have my little boyfriend when I go to Westeros because I'm gonna have to make a marriage alliance. And Dario being like, bitch, I don't care, marry whoever. I'll be your whore. I'll be your mistress. Like, negative levels of pride that man had. His pride cup is empty. And then this dude's is like overflowing to the point where he's like, how dare you even reference this thing that I did that is making me feel so guilty? I'm just gonna fucking kill you. Like, bro, chill out. Oh, God. Anyways, yeah, he's fucking so crazy. I can't. Oh, I mean, this is terrible, but Daemon, you know, making it look like an accident. I just saw, again, Game of Thrones. I was like, that's Daemon's, like, the things I do for love moment. Because even though Rhaenyra is marrying, Laenor right now, it's like, you know, he's just setting himself up to be prepared for better things, basically. Oh, one thing, like, I guess the editing or the cinematography or the directing, I don't know what part of it would be. I mean, it's editing because it's a transition, but I kind of fucking hated the one transition of Viserys, like, falling asleep after taking his little concoction. And he's, like, falling asleep, and then it transitions into, like, clouds and someone riding a dragon after he had just said the thing about, like, most noble lords would tell me, I will rise like Aegon the Conqueror. And for a split second there, I was like, oh, feeling just the deep cringe starting. Because I thought they were transitioning into a fucking dream sequence for a second. I was like, oh, God, no. And then it wasn't. I was like, okay, thank God. Oh, where the fuck did Daemon go when shit hit the fan? Like, he was literally standing there with Rhaenyra's fucking face, like, in his hand. And then she gets, like, jostled off to the side and falls down, and he's just gone. I was like, bro, where the fuck are you? And I mean, I don't, like, to me, that's not in his character to, like, leave her. Like, he genuinely cares for her, like, for one, but for two, she's also family. He cares a lot about the Targaryen legacy, dynasty, whatever. Like, no way would he let her get hurt on purpose. So I'm like, but, like, they didn't, I feel like we needed to see why he wasn't there to help her. Like, did he get knocked out or something? Or, like, grabbed and pulled, like, I don't know. I couldn't tell. I was like, where the fuck did this bitch go? But, you know, then Harwin Strong comes in and saves the day. Oh, and then my last little, like, note is about Allison, what I started getting into a minute ago. It's like, I hate her for being so fucking easily influenced. Like, that's the part of her that I'm like, I fucking can't stand this about you. I feel like especially with her now, because she is, at this point, like, 20 or like in her early 20s at this point, and but then I sympathize with her because the reason she is so easily influenced is because her fucking dad manipulating her entire life and very much like making her kind of reliant upon him and like dependent upon him. I mean, she was, most girls were dependent upon the men in their lives or whatever, but like really making her like just created the dutiful daughter that will do whatever you tell her to because, okay, dad knows best, you know? And so I can sympathize with her for that. And with her, like, being so angry right now, it's like this perfect fucking storm of she's pissed because she thought her and Rhaenyra were, like, back being besties and felt really good about that because she doesn't have any friends. And then Rhaenyra just lying point blank to her fucking face and finding out that she lied to her face or she misunderstood. Because in that conversation that we saw, Rhaenyra did lie because she said Daemon never touched me. But she didn't come right out and say, I didn't bang anybody. So it's like she didn't necessarily lie to Allison, but like she knew what Allison was getting at. Like she knew why Allison was upset, because she thought that she had like ruined herself and it would ruin everything for the realm and whatever. And for her like succession, like Allison genuinely like wanted her friend to be the heir. She's like, you are, your dad said so, my husband said so, okay. And so she was like upset, like, oh my God, you're gonna ruin this, and like, stop it, girl. And so it's like she knew what she was asking, you know, and I don't know, whatever. But so yeah, she's really upset, and I can understand. It's like you thought this was your only friend and your best friend, and you just got so excited that you guys reconciled, and then she fucking lies right to your face and proves your dad right in your head. Because your dad keeps putting these little nuggets in your head of, you can't trust Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra's gonna come for you. You gotta protect yourself against Rhaenyra. And this whole time she's just kind of been like, Dad, Rhaenyra told me to my face, like, I believe her, like, I trust her, oh my God. And now she's realizing like, oh fuck, I was wrong about that, so maybe my dad is right. Maybe I do need to protect myself against her. Maybe she is going to come for me and my kids and whatever. And it's just sad. It's sad. But I still, like, at the core of it, I'm like, stop being such a fucking gullible bitch. Yeah, very good episode. You know, happy that we had an eventful Westerosi wedding. Very excited for the next episode when we're jumping ahead. Sad to be losing the younger actresses, though. They've done a very good job, as everyone has been saying. But yeah, anyway, okay, I'm done. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.